Okay, let's hope this is a good one. And just a reminder, we have no clue what's written on these.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that by the microphone next time.
I've just realised, though, if you're opening it, it means I have to answer. So I have to find a way to deflect it.
Oh, you'll like this one. How can I be more optimistic in life?
Oh, I love that.
I knew you would.
Well, yeah, we like a bit of optimism. Optimism is such an interesting topic, isn't it? So,
shall we say what we always say? I think that needs a whole episode.
Should we do an episode on optimism? Let's do it. But let's say briefly, what amazing thing about optimism is that there's a whole concept called learned optimism. Mm-hmm. So optimism isn't just about blind hope for the future. It is about your own belief that something that you can influence your future in a positive way. Mm-hmm. So and I love that. And there are things you can do to build your optimism for the future as well.
There are things like gratitude.
Yeah.
Or
gratitude.
noticing good things. Like it doesn't have to be gratitude exactly, i.e. these are the exact things I'm grateful for. It can even just be, I noticed these 3 good things happened today or 3 interesting things. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that you can train yourself. If you build that into your routine regularly, you can then train yourself to spot more of that. So we're training our brains, attention and focus and where that goes. And I always say with optimism, like you don't have to forget anything bad happening or ignore it. We don't want toxic positivity.
No.
Where you
Say no to toxic positivity.
We're anti-toxic positivity. I don't know why, but I had a little song pop up in my head with that, which I don't know. Maybe that's for another episode.
You got a toxic positivity song.
But I was making one up in my head. It's not out there.
Okay.
Yet.
I'm feeling a jingle coming on. Okay.
So am I. Right, concentrate, Gemma. Focus. I was talking about where you focus your attention. So the idea is you don't block out everything bad happening or negative or challenging.
It's not denial.
It's not denial
of the reality. Because if your reality is a bit shit, that's fine.
Yeah, and we shouldn't be ignoring that because there's a whole host of problems that come off the back of ignoring stuff like that. But I feel like, say like that's up here and it's quite high, there is a way that you can raise your optimism and hope for the future as well. So you're not replacing necessarily, you're just evening out the scales and the balance a little bit is the way that I would look at it.
Yeah.
What are some other things that can help people be more optimistic?
Being aware of your negativity bias. Mm-hmm. So,
which, spoiler alert, you have one.
We all have negativity bias. We're looking out around us to check on threats, to see what's wrong in the world, and we can see what's wrong in the world before we can see what's right with the world. And that is literally just a feature of our evolution, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for survival.
So,
we have to. If there's danger or threats around, we've got to be ready to respond.
So once you're aware of your negativity bias and you kind of go, okay, yeah, I see that, then you can start building evidence to the contrary. Kind of go, as you say, notice the things that are good around you and build up that evidence. And day.
Challenge, as we were talking about earlier, challenge your confirmation bias. So if you are have a more pessimistic outview, we don't have to keep finding confirmation for why that should be the case or why that's correct. We can start challenging that. Think about, how would other people view this situation?
Yeah.
How could I look at this differently? How else could I interpret that information? Just having those little moments of kind of challenging yourself a bit to see things potentially differently.
And then and again, another build on that, more little things to do. So little bits of evidence of your own efficacy, little bits of evidence of your own power, So, and this is quite aligned to the concept of self-efficacy, isn't it? Which we like talking about quite a lot as well. But just do those little things every day that'll make you go, yeah, you know what? I will.
Love it. And we know there's so much research in the positive psychology world. So Martin Seligman was big on optimism. We know that you categorically can influence your own optimism levels. Yep. So we might be born with a natural level, high, low, medium. Think of it on a scale of 1 to 10. You might be a 3 naturally. And you may never go from a 3 to a 10 in terms of optimism level, but you can probably learn to nudge yourself from a 3 to a 6, 7. And I think that's a positive way to go. And a positive way to live.
I'm definitely an ambimist. I've just made that up. I don't know whether it's a word, but I'm constantly going between pessimism and optimism.
Is that quite exhausting?
I'm moving. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. But, it keeps me grounded.
Gives you something to do.
It gives me something to do.
It's not like you have
moving
a busy
myself
life.
up the scale all the time, every day, finding little power moves to get me going.
I love the power moves. You talk about this stuff all the time. I think I'm naturally more of an optimist. However, that doesn't mean that
You are.
never a pessimist. I am also sometimes. But sometimes I feel like actually I might be too much of an optimist. I take on things that I probably shouldn't do, take on challenges that might be a little bit too big sometimes. So anyway, let's save that.
Yeah, let's save that one. I think that's a really good one to unpack at some point. Do you know what I'm feeling optimistic about, Gemma?
No.
Lunch.
Me too.
Your stomach has been rumbling for the past 5 minutes.
So if anyone hasn't heard that so far, that's my stomach rumbling. You might hear a little groan in the background. I'll add that into my jingle when I create it. Don't worry, it'll be background noise. I'm very optimistic about lunch. I'm starving, so I think we should skedaddle. But before we go, we would like to ask if anyone enjoys the podcast. Please feel free to share it, like it, rate it, all the things that people ask you to do.
We need to feed Gemma.
I need.